What different types of meditation have you tried? There's so many different kinds, right? And neither one is right or wrong. So today on the Wildflower Woo Woo Show's episode 38, we wanted to talk about dreams, meditating in your dreams. And also we're doing episode 39, which is all about affirmations, because last week I actually had the other side of my mouth done. Had to have some dental work done, and now, but that's both sides. So hopefully we won't have any more flukes where we're not able to air because my lips are numb. All right. So thank you for joining us today. I'm Michele Wildflower. I am the host and facilitator for the Women's Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Retreats. I'm also the Director of Studies at Nature's Mysteries School of Metaphysics. And years ago, my daughters actually, for Mother's Day present, it was sent me to a Mother's Day retreat. And when I was there, I just kind of felt like it wasn't exactly the kind of retreat that if I was going to put on a retreat for women so that they could relax and explore their spirituality, it wasn't exactly how I would do it. So I actually planned my own retreats, and we've had many of them now, and all of them have been amazing. We've gathered together an amazing group of women every time that just seems so synchronistically blended. And we're having our next one June 28th, and the other one is in September, the last weekend. So we'll talk more about that later, but I just wanted to mention that we do have these amazing retreats that we've put together specifically with you in mind, and the most relaxation, spiritual awakening, and empowering yourself as we could make them. So, but like I said, we'll talk about that later. So the whole month of May, we've been exploring different types of meditation, and this week we're talking about the dream state, and there's many ways of meditating. There's no right or wrong way. It's really about which way resonates with you. And especially if you're someone who's not used to meditating, or who tells themselves that they don't have time to meditate, whichever meditation that feels right for you in that case will be the right one. Whichever one is the one that you will do is the right one. And if you're someone who says you don't have time, let's just unpack that for a minute. Okay, so what is all this life all for, right? What's it all about? If you're someone who really enjoys life and you think that you don't have time to meditate because you're too busy enjoying life, then did you know that meditating can actually help to lengthen your life? So if you feel like you're too busy to meditate because you're just having so much fun, then it would make even more sense for you to meditate, because you're going to lengthen that fun life. So you'll be able to have more fun for a longer time, right? So that would be a good reason to meditate. And, right? Am I right? Okay, good. So, and if you're someone who feels overwhelmed at times and just feels like it would just be one more thing that you had to do and you already have too many things to do, then you know, because you either have to drive or cook or think, it'd be nice maybe to meditate and not have to be doing any of that. You won't have to be thinking about anything, planning anything, figuring anything. It's just you removing yourself from the situation, sometimes in the most unlikely places. If you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed and like you need to take it down a notch, that's what I mean. It doesn't have to be done, you know, in a specific meditation room, sitting in a certain way with incense and specific crystals around you. If you want to do that, you can, and it's fun, but it's not necessary. All meditation really is being present in the moment of now and just turning your attention to not within your head and all your thoughts and anxiety or whatever, your excitement, maybe you're excited, whatever you're feeling. It's just the idea of kind of stopping that for a minute, like getting out of your head and just listening to your surroundings, just being in the moment of now. And actually, in the moment of now is where all the potential lies. It's where anything that could happen, that's the moment, is in now. So that's where all potential is. That's where all potential lies. And if you can bring yourself into this moment, then you're actually putting yourself in receiving mode. And whatever it is that you are hoping to receive, you're putting yourself in a space to receive it. And if you've never done it before, you actually might be surprised at how much you actually enjoy just removing yourself from the situation for a little bit. And taking the time to do this daily can actually have an instant benefit on your health. And this isn't something that you have to do for a long time in order to see the benefits. You know how like exercise, they're like, just stick with it. And you know that if you just do it for a few weeks, you'll actually start seeing results. This isn't like that. This is actually, the results can be seen while you're doing it, actually, in research that has been performed. So for the whole month, we've explored different types of meditation. And today I wanted to talk about the dream state and affirmations. Like I said, we'll be doing 2 episodes in one. And I'm ready to get started on that. If you are, give me a thumbs up if you're ready to get started. Type yes in the comments. And this will just help to anchor in this information a little bit. Okay, so first, what I want to talk about is, if we're going to talk about the dream state, we need to talk about the sleep state, right? And in the sleep state, there's so many benefits that our bodies receive in that state that I just wanted to talk about them a little bit so that you really understand how many benefits there are to just sleeping. So when you're asleep, your body's actually eliminating toxins. It's renewing and repairing itself. It's actually boosting your immune system. There's unconscious processing that goes on, you know, like when you say, just let me sleep on it. It is really a thing. Your brain is actually processing in the middle of the night, and it actually helps you to solidify what you're learning. It helps you think more clearly, right? Because if you don't get enough sleep, don't you feel like it's kind of hard to focus and you might not be able to remember what you were talking about? So it definitely helps you to think more clearly. It helps to enhance your creativity. And some people don't know it, but a good night's sleep and sleeping regularly for this specific amount of time actually can help with folks who are trying to watch their weight, because when you're asleep, your body is actually secreting 2 hormones. One is leptin and one is ghrelin, and those actually help to regulate your appetite. So you might find that for folks who have difficulty sleeping, they might struggle with their weight as well. So your body receives all these benefits just while you're sleeping, not even if you're trying to do any kind of meditation. And your body receives many of the same kind of benefits that it receives in meditation, but one is not a substitute for the other one, right? So in the Vedic tradition, if your body's receiving all of these benefits, if you're in the Vedic tradition, it's actually believed that your soul, when you're asleep, you go back to your soul when you're asleep. So if you meditate while you're sleeping, you can actually induce a state of lucid dreaming if you do it for long enough. So if before you sleep, and we'll talk about how to do it right now. You want to find out? Okay, good. So if before you sleep, you meditate for 2 minutes, you know, just kind of sit up in bed and meditate for 2 minutes and just focus on your breathing and what's going on around you, the sounds around you, just, you know, maybe whether it's quiet or whether someone's downstairs and you can hear them walking around, whether there's soft music on, whatever sounds, your dog breathing, your cat meowing or snoring or whatever. So focus on the sounds around you. Maybe it's the wind, maybe it's raining, but just really bring yourself into the moment and do that for about 2 minutes. And then what you're going to do is kind of, as an observer, think about your day. So this is called a recapitulation. And you're just like, without any judgment, without any attachment, you're just going to kind of think about your day. You know, think about you woke up, you got up, you brushed your teeth, you took a shower, you exercised, whatever you did, just kind of watch your day as an observer. And do that for about 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, you'll say to yourself, I let go of today. And then just as I observe today, I will observe my night. So after a few days of witnessing deep sleep or lucid dreaming, you will actually start to be able to observe your dream state. Dreaming leads to what we call soul consciousness, and that's actually the 4th state of consciousness. So then when you wake up, you're going to recapitulate the night and your dream state, and you'll say, I let go of my dream and I will observe my day just as I observed my night. So if you get used to doing this practice every day in the morning and every night before you get out of bed, it actually can help to induce the lucid dreaming where you are kind of observing your dreams, like I said. And when you go to sleep, the first hour of in the first hour of sleep, 45 minutes of that is deep sleep. And then every hour after that, the dream state increases so that by the time you wake up, it's mostly dreams, you know? So that was episode 38, where we talked about dreams and the dream state. And now we'll go into episode 39, and I wanted to talk about affirmations. And affirmations can be said anytime, anywhere, but if you say them before you fall asleep, it can actually help to set your intention. So before you sleep, if you set your intention, you might find that the next day when you wake up, you will have synchronicities or kind of like coincidences, because your brain does that unconscious processing and kind of helps you to set your intention and reaches your subconscious mind and actually helps to bring it about. It's kind of cool. So any affirmation, as long as it's affirming what you have, or, you know, something that as if it's right now. So in other words, if you were going to say an affirmation, you wouldn't say, you know, I'm waiting for my new job or something like that, because then you'll always be in a state of waiting. So you want to be giving gratitude for what you have now and then feeling the joy just like you have it. So for myself, right? For me, if I was going to repeat an affirmation, I would say like, you know, I'm a successful, whatever it is that I would want to be successful at, or I enjoy extreme health, or I enjoy ease and flow. But I actually have some affirmations that I wanted to give you specifically. Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but you just want to express it in a way as if you already have it and you're grateful for it, not like you're in a state of waiting. So you don't want to always be in that constant state of waiting, right? Gratitude is also another way of putting yourself into receiving mode. So you could also, before you head off into sleep, just start mentioning some things that you're grateful for. And then when you're ready to start doing the affirmations, you can try saying some of these affirmations at the end of your meditation. So what you'll do is you'll focus on your body. This is, you know, after you've done your recapitulation and everything, then you'll focus on your body and just, you know, how your body feels, just kind of feel it all over. And then you're going to say joyful, energetic body. And you're going to repeat that over and over until it feels right to stop. And then you can just, and you'll know when, and then just kind of sit in that joyful, energetic body for a minute. Then you're going to take your attention and you're going to turn it to your heart. and you're going to say loving, compassionate heart. And you're going to repeat that a few times as you focus on your heart, really feeling your heart, and saying that over and over until it feels right to stop, you'll know, and then just sit in that loving, compassionate heart. Then you'll turn your attention to your third eye, right, which is right here, and you'll say reflective, alert mind. And you're going to repeat that over and over until it feels right to stop, and then just sit in that reflective, alert mind. And then you're going to turn your attention to the space right above your head, and you're going to say lightness of being, and repeat that over and over a few times until it feels right to stop, and then just sit in that. Has anyone ever heard of Elizabeth Blackburn? You can type yes in the comments if you have, or type a B in the comments. So Elizabeth Blackburn is actually the woman who discovered the enzyme telomerase, which regulates the length of your telomeres. And as we age, our telomeres get shorter. And if you're not familiar with telomeres, they're actually at the end of our chromosomes. They're stretches of DNA. They're called telomeres. And the longer your telomeres are, the longer your life. And they have actually found that in meditation, that, published in Nature, the science journal, they found that there was a 40% increase in telomerase production in 1 week of meditation. So literally, you're increasing your life in 1 week, 40%. It's increasing that telomerase production. And the effects of meditation are instantaneous. Like I said, they're affecting the way that our genes express themselves when we meditate. It's actually called epigenetics, but that's like a subject for another episode that we'll talk about another time. So today I wanted to thank you so much for joining us as we learned about the dream state and the way to recapitulate the day and recapitulate the night, which can help to induce a state of lucid dreaming. And then the affirmations that you can also say before sleep, but it doesn't have to be before sleep. You really could say them anytime throughout the day. And if you're interested in group meditation and you would like to learn a little bit more or experience it for yourself, we're actually having a women's retreat June 28th through the 30th called The Awakening. It's the Women's Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Retreat. And we're having a 20% off sale right now, so you could save 20%. We'd love to have you join us. There's still spaces available. And these are all-inclusive retreats. That means that they include lakeside lodging. You'll pay one price. It includes all lodging, vegetarian meals. It comes with an activation spiritual toolkit, which is a caboodle that has a deck of tarot cards in it, a set of runes, a spell kit that you'll craft at the retreat, a pendulum that you'll make at the retreat. It also has a smudge stick and a crystal, a gratitude journal, a sketchbook in case you get any visions from spirit. And yeah, so that comes with it. It also comes with a number of spiritual readings. So you'll get a tarot reading, a spirit guided portrait done by Terry Bowden from Spirit Guided Portraits. Not only can she either speak to your spirit guide or loved one, but she can actually draw a picture of them for you, which is amazing. I just think it's incredible. She's an amazing artist, and it's insane that she can have the abilities of being an amazing artist and communicate with spirit. So she's an evidential medium that you're going to love. We also have Michele DeRosa joining us, and she'll be doing sound baths, sound healing, and she's amazing. I don't know if you've ever experienced a sound bath from her, but you definitely will be something that you'll remember for a long time. And there will also be massage available. It comes with it. Also, an aura photo will be taken at the beginning of the retreat. So there's a number of workshops. You could go to the Facebook event page and check out the workshops. There's one about mineral mysteries, exploring the correlation between the planets and specific gemstones. There's one about crystal shapes, so you can kind of explore the different, this is a crystal I found in Arkansas, so you can kind of explore different crystal shapes and what they mean, you know, because not only the mineral, the kind of crystal it is, has a lot to do with the benefits and energy that it holds and the way that it can enhance spells and other intention setting activities, but it's also like the number of faces, the number of sides on each face, like the facets, that is also pretty cool to check out, and we'll be exploring that. We'll be doing crystal gritting, exploring herbalism, so many fun things, conversations with like minds, and yeah, we'd love to have you join us. Like I said, there's still spaces available. You can go to naturesmysteries.com and get in on the 20% off sale. And if you noticed, I fell down. So my daughter's dog was here, and we had different leashes going in different directions, and I hooked up my dog and I started to go get to my other dog, who I noticed had it wrapped around their leg, and tripped. My dog tripped me, and I actually skinned my knees really bad and ate it on my face on the ground. So yeah, so I have a little bit of owie on my face, and I just figured you saw it a couple times and probably wondered, and just so that you know, it was just a little mishap, not a big deal, and it'll be healed up soon. So thank you so much for joining us for episode 38 and 39. Go to naturesmysteries.com, reserve your space today. Spaces are limited, and we would love to have you join us. We'd hate for you to miss it, and we can't wait to see you next week on the Wildflower Woo Woo Show. Open the door to your spirituality. Take care.